for Caitlin Clark because of her turnovers and because she's shooting like 30% from three-point range, I think. And they were like, she shouldn't even be in the All-Star game. And I'm like, she was 9th in the fan vote, which accounts for 50% of the total vote. As a result, her weighted score is 6.25, remained ranked 6th among guards. Now, by the other side of the token, Skylar Diggins was not high for the fans. She's 7th in the league in scoring and 4th in assists at 18.9 points a game.
Caitlin Clark, the rookie phenom everyone's talking about, just got snubbed in All-Star voting. But what if this isn't just about basketball? What if there's politics or something worse at play? Let's connect the dots and expose the hidden truth. Now, back to the video. How does one of the most electrifying rookies in years land 9th in her own position for All-Star voting? Caitlin Clark has been putting up numbers that athletes dream of in their debut season, and yet, here we are. She's averaging over 20 points a game, dropping dimes like a seasoned veteran, and lighting up the league with her jaw-dropping range. And it's not just the stats. Her court vision, ability to create space, and leadership screams superstar material. Yet somehow, voters ranked her below names that don't even share the same level of production. That's where this stops making sense. It's impossible to ignore the gap between her play and her placement.
It showed up in this vote. Seriously. The 2025 WNBA All-Star Game is fast approaching and the player pool is filling up. That's not even the total issue here. It's how bad this gets otherwise. While she finished 1st in fan voting and 3rd in media voting, she was 9th. Caitlin Clark was named captain because she received the most fan votes, a record-setting 2.93 million, almost 2.3 million. But she did not have the highest weighted score among guards.
Think about it. Clark's jersey is one of the hottest selling in the WNBA. Her highlights go viral almost weekly, and she brings people into the seats like a magnet. You see the love from fans everywhere. So how is a player this beloved by the audience being slighted so severely by her peers? Let's talk about her performances this season. Triple doubles, game-winning shots, and nights where she seemed to be everywhere on the floor. Remember her clutch game against Las Vegas? Down in the final minutes, and Clark drains back-to-back deep threes like it's nothing. These aren't just good games. They're the kind of moments that make you all-star material. Now, here's something strange. If you look at past rookies with similar hype and skill, players like Candace Parker, they usually soared to top spots in fan and media rankings. Caitlin's situation feels different. Fan votes show she's a favorite, yet player votes keep her trailing behind. Could it be that her immediate impact is rattling some cages? Let's face it, an outspoken standout like Clark threatens the old guard, intentionally or not. The WNBA thrives on tradition, and maybe some players aren't ready for her takeover. Compare this to other rookies who were embraced by veterans as the future of the league. With Clark, it feels cold. So what's really happening here? This isn't just a voting oversight. It's part of something bigger, possibly an effort to control her rise. But it doesn't stop with votes. On and off the court, the tension deepens. Is it possible that the WNBA or even some of its players want to keep Caitlin Clark in check?
Subtitle right here. Players not high on Caitlin Clark. They can't help it. It's crazy. So another week. Once the full player pool has been determined, Clark and Collier will draft their rosters on July 8th. Now, let's look at this next for Caitlin Clark because of her turnovers and because she's shooting like 30% from three-point range, I think. And they were like, she shouldn't even be in the All-Star game. And I'm like,
on the surface, that sounds dramatic, but let's look at what's been happening. There's a growing sense that Clark isn't just being initiated into the league. She's being tested in ways that don't seem evenly applied. Whether it's the overly physical defense she faces every night, or the way some opponents seem to go out of their way to make a point against her, the treatment raises eyebrows. Remember the game against the Liberty?
I actually seen a meme earlier. Somebody used Bart Simpson, with a participation trophy cake. She was 9th in the fan vote, which accounts for 50% of the total vote. As a result, her weighted score is 6.25, remained ranked 6th among guards. Really? 18 points a game and 8.9 assists a game? tied for the league lead in assists per game, and she shouldn't be in the All-Star game.
Clark drove to the basket late in the second quarter, and 3 players collapsed on her like it was a rugby match. The foul, barely called, and after the whistle, you could see the extra body language, shoulders bumped, words exchanged, all aimed right at her. Physicality is part of WNBA culture, but watch those plays closely, and it looks personal. Now compare that to how aggressive plays were handled against someone like Sabrina Ionescu during her rookie year. Even as an upstart, there was more of a protective attitude, a grace period. Clark, it's like she skipped that phase entirely. And it's not just the games. Media coverage of Clark has shifted too. During her college days at Iowa, she was untouchable in the headlines. Her passing was genius, her range was celebrated, her highlight reels flooded sports feeds.
6.1 assists, but she missed out on the starting spot because she was so low in the fan vote, while she was 4th in the media vote and 3rd in the player vote. And it, to me, shows that when it comes to Caitlin Clark, these players are not getting any better. I think they're locked in. They're bound and determined to hate on the Indiana Fever guard. I mean, for everything she's done for these players in this league so far, they can't stand her. And it's
But now, some of that coverage has cooled. Sure, there's still chatter about her talent, but there's also criticism bubbling up. Is she overrated, 2-ball dominant, a media creation? Those questions weren't being asked 8 months ago. It's possible that the league isn't ready for someone to challenge its existing hierarchy so quickly. Every sports league deals with this. Charles Barkley even jumped into the debate, mocking those jealous of her buzz.
Now, by the other side of the token, Skylar Diggins was not high for the fans. She's 7th in the league in scoring and 4th in assists at 18.9 points a game. The fans 1st, the media 3rd, and the players 9th. It's unbelievable. It really is. Wow. And now you're seeing this movement among her haters that she shouldn't even be in this game. And I think a lot of it's got to do with how popular she is with the fans and the television ratings and everything we know that they can't stand her for.
But if her low all-star rank isn't about her skills, then what is it really about? And what happens if she continues to force the conversation, no matter who's uncomfortable? Caitlin Clark's all-star snub isn't just about competition. It points toward deeper questions about how the WNBA handles rising stars and league priorities. Fan engagement is at an all-time high, with Clark getting a record-breaking 2.93 million votes. The league can't ignore that kind of support, but the split opinions on her treatment, some call it unfair, others say it's normal, highlight big tensions within the game. Is this about protecting tradition, or are we seeing something more layered? One thing's clear, Clark's talent is undeniable, and it's just a matter of time before she forces the league to face these issues head on.